Quem quiser, vem. Oh, cutscene.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well,
Olha só
look
quem
who's
tá aí.
here. You know each other.
Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, detective. My
Caralho,
island.
isso
It's better that it's you bumping into me.
tá acontecendo
You're
tudo na
investigating
mesma
France's
ilha.
death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
Olha os quadros aí.
May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday,
Olha as mãos dela.
I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
Eu vou ter que mentir, né? Ele morreu gritando bem na minha frente. Não se sinta culpada.
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course. Thank you for your kind words. Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
Ok. Vamos testar a eloquência? Vamos ver se eu sou eloquente o bastante.
It's terrible what happened to your husband, but I had nothing to do with it. I was injured, and I came across him in the hospital quite by chance.
Injured? Well, I'm delighted to see you in such fine fettle, Detective. Not everybody enjoyed such a prompt recovery.
Eu
I
acho que
suppose
deu ruim.
Fuller does do miracles now and again.
Luck is obviously very kind to you. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Então, Andarilho dimensional é aquele Shambler.
I deduce that your husband already mentioned this dimensional shambler.
Caraca, é
Well,
o
you
nome
can't
do
imagine that's
do
all he
monstro.
talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Eu queria saber o que aquela mina tá fazendo aqui.
day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
Ok. Entrar no modo investigação. Ô, Léo, fala. É o senhor Leozão chegou. Eu tô aqui no meio de uma investigação.
House of Artists.
Caralho.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even?
Como que esse cara sabe disso?
Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler, "Finally." What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell a painting?
Aqui o Dimension
He finally won.
Shambler.
Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom?
Parece que a mulher pintou um portal para outra dimensão e dessa dimensão saiu um bicho.
She despises Sarah Hawkins, but it's the painting she truly hates. Why?
Vamos ver se Sarah
She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel?
Nossa, o cara viu o quadro.
I need to see it.
O cara viu o quadro. Oh, medicina. E...
Did she really care for him after all?
Famoso beco geek. Quem tiver com o Facebook
I
aberto
could use one of those.
E remédio pra dormir. Coloca beco
A strange Amerindian pendant.
e segue. Valeu, bacalhau. Profissional em ocultismo.
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting.
Aí, ó, eu
To
falei.
finally give it away for nothing.
Portal
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
pra outra dimensão. Mano, tô fuçando em tudo aqui. Oh. Chave da galeria de Sanders. Você leria o livro? Vamos? Maleus Bestiarum. Ih, caralho. Fazer o quê?
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
Não é da sua conta. Aqui, ó.
I have a well-off client in Boston who heard about the death of Francis Sanders and wanted me to size up his estate
Oh, a
before
legenda tá
making an
errada.
offer to his widow.
Nice story. Bad lie. Learn how to dupe, Detective. But as long as you keep out of my way, you're free to carry on with your visit.
Caraca, não deu certo. E você?
And you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings. She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say?
Tá certo, filho.
Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my shoulder.
Opa, chegou o Lucas. Umas coleções estranhas aqui, hein? Poxa, o detetive aí só falar.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
Não parece, mas eu chutaria que uma delas é a lâmina de Barzai. Caceta! Carinha aqui.
The public entrance to the gallery.
Carinha aqui tinha uma galeria de verdade, hein? É isso que eu tava brisando, caralho. Ah, é o quadro maldito aqui. Ok, o tal Andarilho chegou. Caraca, se eu lembrasse daquele livro, das características desse bicho. Aparentemente ele é cego e não sente cheiro.
What the hell was that?
Boa pergunta, meu amigo. Ai, caralho. Ah, ele me... Tomei no cu. Ai, meu Deus.